evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to VidaneTV. We've made it halfway through the week. Show number 3 of 4 on the network this week. Short track racing is not dead. Neither is iRacing. We are all over the place. Great to have you here with us on a Wednesday night showtime. Paul Strickland Jr. up here in the production booth, and we are getting ready to do some laps here at Hickory Motor Speedway for the Backup Spotting Services 75 here with the Turn4 podcast Winter iRacing Series, and they're going to line up just like this. We'll take a look at the front. A lot of 51 fans already in the field. Great run last week. Did it with a sling on his arm as well. We're going to see if we can talk to him later on, see how that hand's holding up as well. Seems to be doing all right because he's on the pole here tonight. JD Stockwell there on the outside. Nate Wenzel, Aaron Thompson, Dylan Zulo, Rupert Thompson going to be the front 6 drivers. We got another lap or so under green. Tony Quadros, Kyle Dumas, Kyle Kenny, pardon me, going to be the 8th place driver. Kyle Kenny there in 9th. Anthony Bellafor in the 10th position. Evan Burke, Colton Hull going to round out those 12 drivers. You can see 24 drivers making the field here tonight. 75 laps on the docket. Backup Spotting Services on board for the sponsorship dollars here tonight, paying the bills and making sure that everybody's here to put on a race here tonight. Shout out to RSal TV, Ryan Salvatore. He's down in the truck as well, as he is the race official on the evening, keeping things clean and fair. And we're going to get that green flag already flying once again. Great start by the 51, able to jump out by about a car length or so over the 2nd place driver, JD Stockwell, in that black and green machine. Nate Wenzel there in 3rd as well. Aaron Thompson, Dylan Zulo right around in the top 5. Tony Quadros making big waves already, gaining a bunch of positions on that start. And got to keep in mind, folks, we're live all over the internet. We're on the Facebook page, we're on YouTube, we're on Twitter, we're on Twitch. Be sure to give us the likes, the subscribes, the shares, the follows, and let us know where you're watching from, who you're rooting for. And if you've got us up on the big screen, we always appreciate that. Join the conversation, hashtag VidaneTV, and we try and get you some love here on the airways. Having a quick time of 16.016 by JD Stockwell. That's your 2nd place driver right now, all over the back bumper there of Skylar Shippey. And he is holding on to the lead right now. Once again, it's about a car length or 2 over that 45 car. Chrome numbers there on the 4-5. As you can see, we're already 5 laps down in this one. And this race is going to go by very, very quickly. And that's what it's all about. Little contact there, mid-pack on pack. Great catch there by the Speed Shot camera. 24 drivers in the field. Looks like the 08 of Evan Burke missing the initial start. Tony Quadros in the 12 car, finding himself back there in the back of the pack, a little off the pace, able to grab it back up. We stay clean and green. 68 laps to go, 67 once they get up there, get out of turns 3 and 4 and cross the stripe here on the front straightaway. Sim racing, real racing, there's a lot of differences, but one of the similarities, my favorite car in all of them, street stocks. These things are built like absolute tanks, and there's more variations now that iRacing has gone out and scanned a couple of different types of these street stocks from all throughout the country, and it's great to see. Very, very cool to see. And one of the cool things is we see DJ Gerard, the boss man here for Turn4 podcast, iRacing Winter Series in the Double Lot, New Hampshire. That is the lone Ford in the field so far. He debuted it last week and running it, he's right about 17th right now, holding off the 74 of Keegan Tabor. Jackson Davis there in behind as well. Gaggle of black and green up here as we see the 13 car putting in a little bit of work, because those guys are battling side by side. Caution flag, though, going to come out here with 64 laps to go. There you see the 46 car putting it in the wrong direction. So we'll back up to U-House Race Designs instant replay and see if we can find out exactly what went down to bring us under caution for the first time. They see bottom left of your screen, little bit squirrely. We know the 46 definitely had a shot of the action, so we'll see where it starts up here. We got that replay button to set back about 30 seconds, and here that's about 30 laps. There you see the 46 getting punting around, just backing off the throttle just a little bit. Colton Hall in the 56 looks like he was around as well. Oh, back that up way too much. We'll give that another go here. There you can see a little calamity. Those are the green and black cars we were looking at. There's a Mellow Yellow 52 machine there of Colin Penn, and just some real beating and banging on street stocks. Ran out of room between the 5 and 71 and collects there. You see everybody involved. Yellow flag flying here for the first time here in the backup spotting services. 75 laps here on the docket. I think they've all been led by the 51 rather of Skylar Shippey. No, it's funny. I always get frustrated. We've been doing these broadcasts here on iRacing for 4 or 5 years now, and every once in a while we can switch to camera 2 or camera 3 or whatever camera. Like right here, you can't see the cars because there's haulers in the way, and I think to myself, now that's silly. Where would you go to a racetrack where you're trying to see race cars and something's in your way on the infield of the racetrack? Well, then I started running a camera for some speed sport affiliates in real life. I appreciate that. We'll cut the music off. Sorry about that, folks. But running those cameras in real life, there's always something in the way, so it's super frustrating. But it's great to have the ability to kind of switch cameras throughout here. Got to give a shout out to Whiplash Cameras, AC4, over with Stop TV. Those guys put on a heck of a show, and they helped us out with some of these camera angles here with the iRacing World. They do custom iRacing camera angles, so you can get all of the action on screen, in screen, however you may want it. There you can see the free pass car going on down and around. I believe that's going to give us 18 cars now on the lead lap. 24 showing up for the, or check that, 29 drivers showing up for the 24 spots here this evening. We racked off quite a few laps there in that green flag run. We're going to get them all doubled up, 2 by 2 by 2. All the way through. Lights are off atop the iRacing pace truck, and we are getting ready to go green flag racing. Once again, folks, we're live all over the place. Internet's taking over the internet, as it were. Facebook, YouTube, Twitch. Let us know who you're watching for or where you're watching from, who you're rooting for. I learned the English language one of these days. Green flag flies once again. Chippy down on the bottom side. Stockwell trying to send it up top. Little bit loose in the back end of the 51. Little bit looser when you get a bumper up in there. Stockwell going to use the chrome horn. Get on up in there and try and rattle the cage just a little bit of the 51. But the 51, as Shippy says, he holds on to the lead, and he's able to drive away by another car length or so. The 03 car of Wenzel up on the high side trying to make it work. How about the Thompsons? The 19 and the 39, they want a piece of the action. Both drivers up in the top 5 trying to get up onto the podium. And you can see the 16 car trying to ruin that family reunion there in the 16 car. Black and blue car down on the bottom side. And look at all the 51 fans out in the virtual stands and out in the chat. Lots of fans for Shippy. And when you come in and you have yourself a podium finish at Slinger, when your hand's up in a sling, you've actually got a broken hand. That kind of shows the dedication and the skill level. And looks like that hand's doing okay. Shippy holding on to the lead here with 54 laps to go. And each time these cameras pick up these race cars as they go by, you can just hear the sheet metal flexing and beating and banging and scraping on each other. These cars built like tanks, and I say that. Caution flag flies for the second time with 53 laps to go. We'll see if we can find where the calamity may be. There you can see Rodney Huntoon off the pace in the 12 car. We'll see if we can back up the U-House Race Designs instant replay. There's a little bit of spinach action going on there. And is that the boss man in behind him? There you see up in front. Little bit of calamity. Everything kind of gets sorted out. DJ Gerard goes up high. There you see the 13 or the 12 rather. It is the 12. Tough to see. I don't have my glasses on this angle. Even though I've got LASIK, they seem to be getting worse. You can see the calamity up in front by any sense, though. Giving everybody, you got to check up just a bit. And when these cars, it's not that they have no brakes, they just don't have good brakes. And I remember the first time I ever drove a street stock in real life at Stafford Speedway. I remember getting in the car and said, "Hey, Gary, these brakes don't work." He's like, "Oh, you don't need the brakes." We really only use those for loading the trailer, so or for loading the car up on the trailer. So iRacing, no way different. They're gonna get everything re-racked, restacked once again, and 50 laps to go already. A third of the race already in the books. There you can see the didn't catch the number on that again. I believe that's the 08 of Burke. Indeed, it is going around to get the free pass. That's going to put Burke down 2 laps, I believe. That'll be the first car 2 laps down. So Skylar Shippey up front, Nate Wenzel, JD Stockwell, Aaron Thompson, Rupert Thompson, the top 5 as they run. Dylan Zulo, Justin Prescott, Anthony Bellafor, Dominic Lafleur, and Keegan Tager going to be the top, or Tabor rather, the top 10 as they run, getting doubled up. Should be getting 1 to go this time. You can see the iRacing pace truck going to shut those lights off once again, and these drivers going to get turned loose and do a little bit of battle here at the Hickory Motor Speedway. A little contact up front. How about a 3-wide battle for the lead? The Thompsons, they find each other's door handles. They get themselves almost in a 3-wide situation. All that happens. Shippey holds on to the lead, extends the lead by about a car length. Oh, nope, there it goes. The 2 cars in behind, side by side, battling it out for second place. Got Nate Wenzel up on the high side in the 03 car. JD Stockwell down to the bottom side, beating and banging back in there for 4th, 5th, and on back. You can see that's the calamity for just outside the top 5, going on into the second half of the top 10, and even outside the top 10. These guys know that once we get into a little bit of a momentum pocket here, these laps are going to click off relatively quickly. So these guys know that the time to go is indeed now. Let's ride on board with one of these drivers. Here is the 16 car of Dylan Zula. You can see up on the high side, the gyro cam there as well, and you can almost listen to hear how, I don't want to say how slow these drivers are going, but how long they're off the throttle and how much brake they put in them just to get these things to turn. You can see 85, 89, almost 90 miles an hour dropping all the way down to about 60 miles an hour twice a lap. So a little bit of wall on the outside there for the 16 car. You can see trying to get down and clear of the 39. Might have them this time. There you see it. Clean pass for the 16. Moves Zillow into the top 5. Getting a little spread out up towards the front. There you see Skylar Shippey driving off just a bit. 5-6 car lengths between he and Stockwell. Wenzel a little bit further on back. Aaron Thompson almost to the back bumper of the 03 of Wenzel, but not quite. Has a little bit of room for error up in there. They're going to be able to click some laps off here as well. The battle really for 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th are there as well. Just waiting for one of these guys to get slipped up and messed up just a little bit, try and gather up at position, because one of the things we've noticed, these guys are low on the chip. They aren't really bouncing off like we're used to seeing here on VidaneTV, as you can see some awesome camera angles throughout these cars, and really putting on a heck of a show. As you can see, just one of the coolest sounds in motorsports is just the street stocks. The back tires, they slide up on around. There's a great shot of those trucks once again. But they just slide on around, and they're fun to drive in sim racing, in the sim racing world and the real racing world. And it's one of those deals where we're lucky enough here at VidaneTV to be able to kind of cross the bridge from the real world of racing to the sim world of racing. Things about the same up front. The front 2 able to pull away by just a little bit. It's getting squirrely, though, for that 3rd and 4th position. Aaron Thompson holding on to it. The 03 car of Nate Wenzel wants. You saw all over the back bumper, getting up into the 19 car, getting him a little bit loose there a couple of laps ago. Backed up just a little bit. You can see Dylan Zulo in the 16 car is now there, solidly in the top 5, has some breathing room in behind him. As you can see, the 04 of Prescott kind of all by himself. The other Thompson there, Rupert in the 39 car, dropped back to 7th. And things in the second half of the top 10 have slowly started to stretch themselves out here with 33 laps to go now. And you can see everybody, for the most part, single file, little double file action there as DJ Gerard gets around the 43 of Jackson Davis on the outside. Gets up to the outside wall just a little bit, but with these street stocks, man, it really doesn't slow you down too much. You can see the 43 car going to try and take a peek down below the boss man, DJ Gerard. Little contact there. Big save for the 43. Has to check up in a big way. Anthony Bellafor there in the 90 car had to check up as well. That's going to bring the 08 and the black and orange car up to the back bumpers there as well. So no harm, no foul, but man, close racing and really beating and banging on each other. Taking a look at the lead once again. There you see Shippey holding on to it in the 51 car. Car length or 2 over the 45 of Stockwell. Right on board with second place, JD Stockwell, right up onto the back bumper, almost into the quarter panel there of Skylar Shippey. Less than 30 laps to go. And we've seen a couple of long green flag runs in this one. We've seen a couple of quick cautions. So it's hard to really plan on what you're looking for here. We've talked to these drivers in the previous races. They don't really have to worry about tire wear too much, as these are quick, short dashes to get to the checkered flag. And you can see off into the distance here, JD Stockwell, he's able to see that lap traffic. And with 27 laps to go, I got a feeling the leader, Skylar Shippey, is going to catch right up to that traffic. It's just a matter of time. Before they get there, though, how about a little side-by-side battle? How about a little beating and banging on each other there as well? JD Stockwell taking a shot down low, holding on to it for the time being. Still 51-45, yellow flag flies for the third time. Oh, it's DJ Gerard in the 00 car, pointed in the wrong direction. We'll back up to U-House Racing Designs instant replay and find out what went down. Focus in on the center of your screen. There you can see DJ Gerard getting in a little too hot to trot. 15 car, giving him a little tap. Almost gives him another tap, but decides to kind of turn left away from the car. Almost wrecked himself to avoid wrecking other drivers there. And a great job to get that thing, grab a gear, get it spun on around without hitting any other drivers or any other obstacles on the racetrack. A little heads-up driving there. The only unfortunate thing with that is it's going to put DJ Gerard one lap down, and I believe this is going to give some drivers an opportunity to come down pit road. Indeed it does. There's a handful of drivers that are going to come down pit road. There you see the leader, Skylar Shippey, in the 51 car, came down 4 tires here, and a handful of drivers coming on down. You can see a couple of them might go down a lap, still on pit road as the leaders go by. That's going to be big, as it looks like the 74 is going to get caught. The 15 is going to get caught a lap down. That's Keegan Tabor, Kyle Dumas. DJ Gerard, he was already a lap down as the leaders got by that time, but you can see he's still on pit road. So that's going to give us 11, maybe 12 cars on the lead lap when we get the restart. A couple guys going to lose another lap. There you see DJ Gerard is down and away. That car ready to rock and or roll once again. A free pass car going on around. So that's going to get us a unique jumbled up in the running order, but we'll catch up with it. As it looks like right now, we'll rejoin the leaders as they're doubled up. Lights still on. JD Stockwell and Dylan Zulo are on the front row. Justin Prescott, Dominic Lafleur, Anthony Bellafor, Jackson Davis, and Eric Larendu in the 46 car are the front 7 cars that did not come down pit road. First one to come down, Skylar Shippey in 8th place. He's going to have tires on the outside of the 4th row. Everybody else came down for 4 fresh tires. This could get interesting relatively quickly here. I know we did talk about these drivers not really complaining too much about tire wear with these short races, but when you've got a set of sticker tires and 20 laps to go, it's time to go put on a show. Green flag flies for JD Stockwell. Great start for him. He's going to hold on to it. The 16 car, though, trying to get that momentum on the high side. The 04 car, Prescott, not able to get up through the gears quite as quickly as those front two, but you can see the momentum carrying him right back up into the fight. Look at the gaggle on back here with the battle of the drivers of fresh tires, rather. Skylar Shippey in the 51 car trying to make light work of the entire field all the way up to the 6th position already in that 51 car. Let's see if we can ride on board there with that 51 car and just really see, look, all the way up into the top 5 if he can get around this 3 car here. That's up on the high side, and you can see caution flag going to come out once again. So a little bit of mix with the tires here. It's going to add a little bit to the calamity. But in any sense, caution flag flies. We'll take a peek at the U-House Racing Designs instant replay. It looked like we had some issues there with the 59 car being off the pace. We'll take a peek from the blimp and see. There you see it pointed in the wrong direction. I don't believe there was any contact there. Kind of lost the back end of the car. A little bit of a lazy spin. Didn't get anything hit there. There you can see the 57 of Kyle Kenny down on pit road. That car's just down there smoking. Somebody should grab a fire extinguisher and put that thing out. That's not okay. Yeah, that car's on fire. Well, maybe the 90 car will take care of it. But in any sense, gonna rejoin the front of the field. There you see JD Stockwell up front. That 09 car going to get the free pass once again, or the 08 car rather. That's going to put Evan Burke back on the lead lap. Great for the 08 team. Struggling a little bit earlier on with the handling of that race car. Going to rejoin the lead lap. Going to be 13 cars on the lead lap here with this restart. There you see it. JD Stockwell up front. Dylan Zulo in second. Justin Prescott. Dominic LaFleur and Skylar Shippey going to be the top 5 as they run. Aaron Thompson, Jackson Davis, Rodney Huntoon, Tony Quadros, and Eric Larendu going to be the top 10 on this restart. Going to get the restart, it looks like, with about 13, maybe 14, we'll call it 13 laps to go, maybe 12 laps to go, as we still have lights on top of the iRacing pace truck. Got to once again thank Wingnut Productions for being the title sponsor for the Wingnut timing and scoring. Scan that QR code with your smartphone. It takes you right over to our scoring link over on VidaneTV, or you can punch it right into the computer box there, www.vidane.tv/scoring. And you can follow along with all the lap times, line up, and everything that you need to follow along where your favorite driver is. Great little sidekick to have here on the broadcast on a Wednesday night. 12 laps to go when we cross the stripe. Green flag flies and a backup spotting services 75 here at Hickory. Great start up front once again. JD Stockwell down on the bottom side. Zulo up on the high side. Those fresh tires, though, are coming in a hurry. Skylar Shippey on the bottom, 3 wide, able to make it work, able to get it to stick. Oh, big trouble for the 19 car of Thompson. Gets up into the outside wall. The 3 car is there as well. Up on that high side. Going to grab a gear, though, and keep on going. Race officials deem the racing surface is in flag clear. And how about this? A pass for the lead as we're talking about that. Zulo in the 16 car able to hold on to it. Oh, no, the second place car going to find the back bumper of the 46. I believe he was able to get that woed up before any big damage was done, but that in fact is going to bring out the caution flag once again. And you see the 59 car pointed in the wrong direction there as well. Let's take a look at this one. There's some contact between the leaders. That's some hard racing between leaders. That's street stock racing. There you can see the big save there from the 45 of Stockwell. He's going to hold on to it. Going to get down into it. Doesn't see the slow car down on the bottom side into the back bumper of the 46, and that's when the caution flag flies here at Hickory. So scary situation for some of the drivers up towards the front, but we get it all sorted out, and We're going to rejoin the field. You can see the 39 car, rather, of Thompson going to get the free pass this time by. That's going to put 13 cars. Going to put 13 cars on the lead lap. 8 laps to go, 7 laps to go when they cross the stripe. And going to get one of those late race restarts with just a handful of laps to go here in this one. Couple of drivers up towards the front. They've got some tires. The front three do not. Those guys have about 40 laps or so on their tires. Everybody else came down with about 20 laps to go. So they've got some fresh tires, and the driver up front with the freshest tires is going to be outside of that second row. The 51 car of Shippy, I believe, still racing with a broken hand, or he thought it was broken last week, and it told us that in the post-race show that had that hand up in a sling and still was able to finish on the podium at Slinger last week. So showing he's got a little something for the championship in this one, and definitely no stranger to the front, as he started up front, led a bunch of laps, came down for a pit stop, and drove his way through the field. Going to restart P4. We almost have ourselves a 3-wide situation there on the front row. Oh, the leaders are going to go up into the outside wall. My goodness, Skylar Shippy going to inherit the lead. That was big. Look at the hood fly up on the front of the 16 car. Man, oh man, that is, well, that's good sponsorship placement, but that is not how you want your night to end with 4 laps to go. That's a tough situation to be in for the Zulo camp. Let's back up that U-House Racing Designs instant replay, shall we? I believe we didn't back it up quite enough, so we'll hit the old rewind button there. That is such a tough situation to be in. Right on the start, too, knowing that the time to go is now. There's no more take, there's no more give. It's all take. You can see they know they're in for a battle. They are right up on each other's door. Great start by both. Little contact. Everything looked okay. Little bit of bump there, and you can see just contact between the front 3 or 4 drivers, and it sends both drivers up into the outside wall. That is an unfortunate evening for the JD Stockwell and the Dylan Zulo camp, and all the fans that are tuned in here tonight as well. You can see still driving around with that hood up in the air there. You can see gravity does its thing, closes that right back out. That is a tough break for that 16 car. Looks like he's sharing a pit stall. So I've been there a time or two working with some low budget teams for sure, having to park out in the sand at Stafford Speedway. Man, I get it. It's tough, but man, this is it's an opportunity for some drivers to come down pit road, potentially get some stickers, but I don't think anybody wants them. I think you kind of run what you brung here at this point. And you can see with the juice rule here, Skylar Shippy going to be down on the bottom side. Justin Prescott in the 04 car up top. Great run by Huntoon, the 12 car. He's up in the 4th spot. The 03 of Nate Wenzel going to be in the top 5 as well. Tony Quadros, Anthony Bellafor, Dominic LaFleur, Robert Thompson, TJ Gerard. Great recovery for the double aught back in the 9th spot. Dylan Zulo, even after that wreck there in the 16 car, still going to hold on to 10th. And it looks like the crew was able to get him back out. They got the hood off that thing, and he's able to stay on the lead lap. So might be able to hold on for a top 10. And, man, that's one of the most resilient things in street stock racing is just to get out there and survive, and you might be able to have a good race. That's in real racing as well with these street stocks. But a green flag flying once again, a little green-white checkered action. Skylar Shippy, not quite the start we're used to seeing out of that 51 car. The 04 going to hold on to it. A little slide from the 51 as the 04 of Prescott going to try and hold on to the lead with that high side. Popsicle sticks, 2 laps to go. They are beating and banging on each other for that lead. The 04 car going to try and slide on down. The 51's there at the bumper, but not quite going to send it on in. Gonna ship it all the way in. 4 wheels, 8 wheels turn better than 2. 4. 04 car gonna take the lead by a nose. What a finish here at Hickory. Skylar Shippy gonna come home in 2nd, and Nate Wenzel gonna be the 3rd place driver. That was a fantastic finish with these street stocks here. These guys putting on a heck of a show here for us on a Wednesday night. Always fun to see that. We're gonna talk to the top 3 and potentially more here as That's a heck of a show. Little Wednesday night street stock racing for sure. Take a look at the finishing results here. Prescott burning them down on the front straightaway there in victory lane, smoking out the flagman in a big way and parking it right there in victory circle here at Hickory Motor Speedway. We'll take a look at the feature results as we try and track down some of these drivers, and already caught up with one of them, Skylar Shippey, coming home in the second position. Skylar, I mean, everybody's got to know, how's that hand feeling, bud?
Definitely still broken, but we're still racing, so it is what it is.
Might want to keep it broken. That's 2 podiums in 2 weeks with a broken hand. That's not too shabby.
Yeah, I just can't seem to get it done. No matter, it keeps coming down to these late race restarts, and I was hoping the tires would do it, but Prescott was holding me down pretty good, so tried to keep it a nice clean finish, but
yeah, put on a heck of a show here for us. Led most of the laps up front, came down for that pit stop, and with those fresh tires, was it? We didn't really get a chance to look at the lap times. Did it get that much quicker with those tires?
yeah, it was definitely a lot better. It was just a caution fest, so we never had a chance to actually use them. Unfortunately, it was just. So it seems to be the luck when you come down to get tires, then it's a complete caution fest from there. So you never get to put them to use, but it is what it is.
Need a little bit more luck for next week. Got to give you an opportunity, though, Skylar, to thank anybody that's out there watching. Who gets you to and from the virtual racetrack?
Salam Meraki, Northeast Home Restorations, Perkins, UNOH, and anybody watching.
Skylar Shippey with the second place here. We're going to slide down pit road just a little bit further and catch up with our third place driver, the 03 car of Nate Wenzel. Nate, great run here tonight. Parked it in podium.
Yeah, not a bad rebound. Just kind of ran out of tire in the middle of that run, and then figured it was better to pit for tires. And I still think it was the right call, but unfortunately had some contact and had to come up through more than once, and then somehow we finished P3.
Matching the car number on the side of the car. Got to give you an opportunity here to thank anybody that's out there watching. Who gets you to and from the virtual racetrack?
Oh yeah, I gotta thank the team, and I gotta thank my family and everyone that's watching.
Solid third place here for Nate Wenzel, and those two guys, they came down on that that late pit stop and grabbed some tires. Justin Prescott, tonight's winner in the 04 car, he's out there on what he started on, 78 laps on those tires. Justin, how did that thing feel at the end of it, and how did you hold off Skylar at the last couple of laps?
I put a lot of trust in him. I knew he had fresh sneakers, but we've raced a lot, and I've always raced him with respect, and I was counting that he was going to do the same, and glad we put on a good show there.
Came home with the win and still had enough tire to put on a little bit of a smoke show there for us on the front straightaway, so that's always cool to watch here. And going to be able to get back at it next week, next Wednesday night here at VidaneTV. But who's out there watching here tonight? Who do you want to thank?
I got to thank, DJ and all the Turn4 guys for putting this on, giving us something to do on the off season. You guys for everything you do on the broadcast, all the competitors, all the fans, and my real life sponsors, A&H Fence Company, golfcars.com, Elevation Construction, all the people that make this possible.
Justin Prescott with the 04 car coming home with the W here at Hickory tonight. Congratulations, Justin, man. Good run.
Thanks, man.
And there you see with the final restart there, we ended up getting a little extra distance in there, 78 laps in the books. Justin Prescott, Skylar Shippey, Nate Wenzel going to be the top three. Rodney Huntoon, Tony Quadro is going to round out the top five. Rupert Thompson, Anthony Bellafor, Dylan Zulo, Dominic LaFleur, and DJ Gerard. Great recovery for the boss man in the double lot. He's going to come home in the 10th position. Jackson Davis there in 11th. J.D. Stockwell, late race calamity for that 45 car, going to put him back in the 12th position, 7 laps down. Early night for him. Evan Burke in the 08 car going to finish in 13th. Eric in the 46 going to finish 14th. Kyle Dumas, Keegan Tabor, Aaron Thompson, Colton Hull, Mike Coulter Marsh, and Kyle Buck, the top 20 towards the end of the race. And there you can see the 4 drivers that parked it a little bit early in this one. Kyle Kenny, Colton Martin, Colin Penn, and Eric Pomasco. But that's going to wrap things up here for us this evening. For the Turn4 podcast, iRacing, Winter iRacing League one more show here on the go this week. Tomorrow night, the NEP Super Trucks are at Charlotte Motor Speedway. That's going to be an absolute blast to watch the short track guys on the big track. You do not want to miss it. Myself and Aaron Creed will, in fact, be on the call. That's going to be an absolute blast. We'll catch you on the flip side, and when we do, we will be doing it live.